Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Shiba Inu, what has happened to it recently, and where we think the price is going to go to in the near future, with some key price levels and some trades we're looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 86% of people that watch my videos that have not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. So without further ado, let's talk about Shiba Inu and what we are seeing right now on the charts. And basically, and if you've been watching the charts on Shiba Inu at all, you'll notice that prices on SHIB have been fairly sideways since the FTX fallout. Not too much has happened, and there have been a few opportunities here and there, such as this dip down here and the pump that we had yesterday. But all in all, things have been going generally sideways. But despite all this, I do think there is a big opportunity ahead to make quite a bit of money with Shiba Inu, and this is why. So of course, if we have a look at this green line here, this is quite a prominent green line here on SHIB, because if I zoom out in the longer time frames, we can see that I've already circled the places where the prices come down to this green line. So this is basically like a lifetime support line here on Shiba Inu. I know the data goes back a little bit before May 2021 here, but this is all we've gotten since this time frame here. So a year and a half, basically, prices have always respected this green line. And when prices have touched this green line, we can see that they've always managed to pump back up. So in this region, back in July, August 2021, when prices were similarly moving in some sort of sideways direction, we always saw prices coming down to this green level here, this support line here on SHIB. And basically, every time they touched this green line, we saw them bounce back up. So if I just take this one here for an example, we did actually see the price dip, but if we bought it from where the green line was and held it for just a few days, we can see that that is a 60% gain on Shiba Inu. So there's definitely trades to be made. Of course, if we did hold for a little bit longer after the 60% pump, we could have rode the Shiba Inu wave into October and November. But of course, hindsight is a beautiful thing, and we wouldn't have known that until it started occurring. But we can have a look at this period here, for example, and its most recent time when the prices actually come down to touch this line, we saw prices do something very similar. So have a look at this region here, for example, 22nd of November, what I just talked about, that dip, and the top here yesterday, we saw a 24% pump in Shiba Inu, and of course the holding time there was around 2 weeks, so definitely not a short-term trade by any means, but a 2-week 24% gain is never bad. And this is the kind of opportunity that I am talking about, because Shiba Inu has been at the mercy of what the cryptocurrency market is doing in general. And at the moment, the cryptocurrency market lies in the balance with what Bitcoin is doing, in my opinion, because basically whatever Bitcoin does, we will see reflected in altcoins like Shiba Inu. So if we see Bitcoin make a major move up or a major move down, that's going to add a bias to what Shiba Inu does. And this is the basis for where I think the big opportunity in Shiba Inu is going to come from, because my opinion on Bitcoin is that I see some sort of pattern that looks like this. And this pattern here is some sort of bear flag, and a bear flag basically consists of a flagpole. So the prices have come down quickly, which forms kind of a visual flagpole looking structure here, as you can see with these large red candles. Prices have, after that flagpole has formed, just consolidated in some sort of sideways motion. So prices have just been bouncing up and down within a channel there for the past few weeks, not really doing all too much. And if this bear flag does complete on Bitcoin, we are going to see prices continue to head down, and the price target from this bear flag should be around 13,200. Now, this is not confirmed until we see the price touch this yellow line and break underneath. So what we want to see, if this bear flag is to play out, is for prices on Bitcoin to get to 16,100, and the momentum in the downwards direction starts picking up. It needs to really just jet past the support like it doesn't respect it whatsoever, head into the 15,000s. And of course, if that happens, then what we're going to see on Shiba Inu are prices crater as well, in my opinion. So basically something that's like this, if Bitcoin heads below that 16,000 region, we should see prices jet down very, very fast to this level, so around 8.2 cents here on Shiba Inu. It'll be interesting to see if this support line holds up, and of course if it does, then we should see a nice bounce in the upwards direction. So my opportunity number one, just for me personally, is that I will be placing a trade if the prices touch this green line, because I do think as history has shown, the prices could bounce from this level and head in the upwards direction. So we should see a lot of support. We could see something like this where prices, you know, as Bitcoin is falling, get down to this level and we can see somewhat of a rally in the upwards direction within a matter of hours or days. So that's something I'm looking out for. I'll be placing a trade once the price touches this level, 8.2, 8.3 cents, and I'll be putting a stop loss just underneath as well. So if the prices do not hold at this level and continue tanking downwards, then I will take a small loss on that trade. And if it does continue to tank downwards, so if this support level does not hold, then I will be eyeing this next level here. And this next level is around 7.3 cents on SHIB. So another 10% or so downwards. Basically, this is our historical resistance. It supported this level here. And if we go back in time as well, this is the area where price consolidated back in June, July, and August. So, and if I show you this, basically what you can see is there is a lot of liquidity at these levels. So heading down to around 7.3 cents on Shiba Inu, there is a ton of buyers and liquidity in general. As you can see with this volume profile on the side, there's a lot of, the bars are much larger in this region than they are above, say around 13, 12 cents on Shiba Inu. So basically, if we do ever get down to these levels, we should see a lot of buyers step in to support the price. So I don't think it will drop that much further, basically, if we drop below 8.2, 8.3 cents. And I do think the bottom of what's possible should be around 7.1, 7.2 cents. So in respect to that, what I'm going to also be doing is, if the prices do get down to this level, is placing an automatic buy order at 7.1 cents. And if we do repeat history, then we should bounce quite sharply in the upwards direction soon after as well. So again, stop loss just underneath, and this is opportunity number 2. So basically, these are the two levels I'm really looking at if Bitcoin starts to make that move down below 16,000 and completing its bear flag. And another major motive for supporting such a crash here on Shiba Inu, and basically just crypto in general, is what the stock market is doing. So basically, it is no secret that the stock market and crypto have been moving relatively correlated within these times, particularly with this economic downturn that we've been seeing. So whenever we've seen a major move on the stock market, we've seen it in cryptos as well. So for example, if I show you this pump that we had on stocks, the S&P from June to August went up from 3,600 to 4,300. And at the same time frame, we saw Bitcoin go from around 18,000 to 25,000. So whenever we've seen this bear market rally on the stock market, then we've seen it on cryptos as well. So basically, what we're seeing now on the stock market is what looks to be another bear market rally. So the first one we saw was back in March when Bitcoin headed for 48,000. The second one we saw was in August when Bitcoin headed to 25,000. And this last one that we've had here was interrupted by that FTX fallout. So we didn't see Bitcoin go up to its intended targets because of that. But I do believe if the bear market rally on stocks completes and we see prices start heading back downwards again, then we're going to be seeing that on Bitcoin as well. So that's going to help it push below the 16,000 mark and complete its bear flag pattern. And of course, what we're seeing on the stocks now seems to confirm it, because for one, we saw prices go up just a tad above this 200-day moving average, a very important one for the stock market, but there wasn't a lot of momentum after the prices went above it. So momentum really dried out. We can also see the volume is declining. This is characteristic of a chart pattern like a falling wedge. And what we also see is the price get completely rejected at this trend line here. So this purple violet trend line that you can see here is basically connecting the tops of the price on the S&P over the course of the year. And basically, as you see here, this bear market rally gets up to this trend line and gets perfectly rejected from it. On top of that as well, we are seeing a rising wedge, and basically a rising wedge is just a bearish pattern. Prices are bound in a channel with two trend lines going in the same direction. With a rising wedge, they're both going in the upwards direction, and so we get a price target from a rising wedge of the distance between first test and support, which gives the S&P a price target of around 3,690. And basically, if prices on the S&P go below this support line here, so For me at the moment, I would say that's around 3,980. So if prices on the S&P go below 3,980, then we should see this rising wedge confirmed. Of course, we want to see an increase in volume. We want to see an increase in momentum of the S&P as prices do drop below this rising wedge. But if it does do that, then I do think Bitcoin is going to follow the S&P and it's going to start heading down below towards the 16,000 mark, towards its support here. And if the momentum on Bitcoin is enough to push it below 16,000, then we're going to see it go down to 13,200, which in turn will mean that Shiba Inu will go down quite violently as well. And of course, when prices are discounted on SHIB, that creates an opportunity for us to make some profits when they do return. So I'm looking at this level here at 8.2, 8.3 cents. If the prices continue to drop below that, then ultimately I do think the base support will be at around 7.1 cents. And if we just look at what kind of drop that is from this level at the moment, that is about 24% for the lower target and around 13% for this support that we have here, this green support that supported Shiba Inu basically for its lifetime. So these are the two major things I'm really looking out for. I do think these are the opportunities right now. I'm not looking at the shorter time patterns all so much because, like I said at the start, prices have just been moving fairly sideways. So the main opportunities on SHIB to make profit just by trading it is by catching it when it gets down here and selling it when we see a pump like this. So that's pretty much all I have to say on SHIB. I'm basically, as a summary, watching what Bitcoin and that bear flag pattern that I've shown you. I'm watching what the stock market does in relation to that rising wedge I've shown you. And of course, if we see a breakdown from both of those, then I would expect to see a sharp breakdown here on Shiba Inu. And I'm looking at this green line as our first support line here, but if prices do break below that, then I expect quite a quick drop down to about 7.1 cents here as our ultimate support. And of course, at both levels, I do expect a pump back in the upwards direction. And so with that being said, that's all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did find this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. But otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.